Welcome back to the Bluegrass Breakdown radio show. We got our special guest, Derek Abney, on tonight. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be on the show, guys.
Great. We'll jump right into. You had mentioned that you made it to the Kentucky game last week. It was a disappointing loss,
Yes.
but did you take anything positive from the game?
Well, if you don't know, I live here down in Charleston, South Carolina. So we've been here for two of the home games, and I've been to both. And unfortunately, this last one was very difficult to swallow. I got to speak with Tommy Cook, who's a GA on the team. He played with me. He was a receiver 1 year under me. And I talked with him a little bit about the game. And like most, he's been kind of searching for answers. He's a receiver coach. He helps out with the special teams. And, I think the defense has been playing relatively well till this last game. But at the same time, I think at some point, you bang your head up against the wall enough trying to do your best and know maybe the other side of the ball isn't really effectively doing their job, and it's hard to really to sustain a whole game in the SEC. And so it was a little bit of a letdown on defense, but obviously the worst part was the offense and just kind of the lack of production and any attempt to run or to pass. So to answer your question, it's hard to take much from it. I think Ryan did another good job punting for the most part, I think. But overall, it was very disappointing, unfortunately.
Yeah, and again, we appreciate you coming on. Part of the reason we do this is because we want to reach out to a lot of past players, kind of what we call a "Where Are They Now" type segment. And again, we know everybody knows who you were when you were at UK, but kind of break down your career from when you went to UK and then on, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I graduated in 2003. That was my last season. I was there from 99 2003. And I got drafted by the Ravens in the seventh round to be their kick returner. Well, my first game was against the Falcons. It was a preseason game, and Glenn Packlack was the punter for them. And my first play of the game was a kick return after halftime. And I proceeded to dislocate my left shoulder. But so I had not missed a high school game and played in every college game. I got hurt in the Georgia game, 2 games in from the end of my season. So played every single game and, of course, get hurt in my first play of my NFL career. Played the rest of that game, but made it. It just wasn't effective to make it through the season, so they put me on injured reserve that year. The following year, they let me go. They had a guy that ran 2 kicks back that year, so they had found their kick returner. Let me go. I went to the Bears, and then shortly thereafter, I think I was on there with them for 3 weeks in the preseason, then went to the Lions. And I really needed. I did not. Fortunately, I didn't get surgery on my shoulder. I think looking back, I should have. And so when that really didn't work out for me, I had to get my shoulder fixed because it wasn't going to be effective enough for me to play football. So I had to let football go in 2005, 2006. And then fortunately met my wife when I got hurt. And we married in 2006. And moved from Baltimore to Louisville for 6 months. I told her, give me 6 months. You'll absolutely love it. And 6 months couldn't come fast enough for her. So even she bleeds blue, I guess. I don't know. And so we ended up going to Charleston. That's where I am now. And I'm doing civil engineering work I've done for working on starting in my 5th year. So that's kind of a synopsis from since I was done with football.
Well, that's great. A lot of people don't get to hear that type of stuff where they go after they get out of college. So we do appreciate you sharing that with us. And I know that a lot of people online and even myself, a lot of times when you were coming out, you were considered almost to be an identical player to maybe like a Wes Welker type player.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he was kind of coming out at the same time as you as far as that goes. And like I said, I was reading forums and boards and stuff about comparing you to him. Do you consider yourself kind of a similar player?
I think so. I think Wes actually, he was a little bit bigger than I was, but he was a tough player, and that's what I prided myself on, was being a tough player, and I'm an instinctual player, and I think, it's a testament to him how well he's done. And I think, he took advantages of his opportunity. In the NFL, it really is being in the right place at the right time, and
It's a business,
nothing
sure.
to take away from him. But the cards weren't right for me, and that's just how it worked out for me. Fortunately, I got my degree, and I'm in a great place right now, and it's worked out for the best. But definitely, it would be an honor really to be compared to him in my game.
Definitely, and like I said, every UK fan out there really thinks of you as one of their favorite players ever. Actually, I'm on the show right now. I'm showing your punt return from the Mississippi State game. Your record tying eighth. Was it right? Your eighth.
Yes, that's correct. Yep, that was my eighth at home against Mississippi State, and with everybody kind of pushing me in, so I don't think it could have gotten any better to have a record-breaking return. And remember it like yesterday. It was a fantastic feeling for me.
Yeah, you can see
to be a part of that.
You can see so much excitement in everyone's eyes, and I was actually at that game, so I remember it very fondly. Yeah, that was great. We were looking it up, and we saw that you actually you tied the record right in the NCAA.
That's right.
For the most, and then we saw that recently. What was it? Larry Beavers from Wesley College they have 13 total, but when you're playing in the SEC, you can't really compare that. So
Wesley College, is that? What, D1A or what is that?
I'm not sure.
No way that's D1. No way that's D1, right?
That's why we're saying it doesn't matter. You still hold the record.
I think it's a barber college, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
still got that, right?
Yeah,
guys?
you still got that.
So you are the Division I touchdown return record holder. Is that accurate?
Tied.
Yeah, I am tied for the most career special teams returns, kickoff and punt returns combined with 8. Also, and I may have this wrong, but I was unaware of anyone that has, like we said in Division 1A, to have a kick, a catch, a punt for touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
As well. And I did that at Florida on CBS. That was probably my best game.
Oh, that was in one game. I remember that game.
Yes, in one game.
That's right.
That was in 2000. When was that?
2.
It was at Florida, 2002.
2002.
My junior year when we were on sanctions. And I ran that one back. All my friends back in Wisconsin where I grew up got to see it because it was on CBS, and had a kick, like I said, a catch and a punt. And really, it was one of that kick return was really probably the most motivated time I had been as a football player. And I say that because I distinctly remember when I was done, I put the football down in the end zone, and I put up 2 fingers because that's how many touchdowns we needed to get back into this game. We were just playing awful. So it was really kind of a unique moment that when I got the football, I just felt like I knew that we were going to score a touchdown. And really, I think that was probably just from that motivation and that confidence to get in the end zone. That was one of the plays that I remember as my most motivated.
Was that the 101 yarder? Is that?
Yeah, that's it right there. If you see, someone, I've thanked them. 2 different people have put up 2 of my touchdowns. Don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I've sent them like emails thanking them each once. Never got a reply, but that one is one of the 2 that are probably one of my best are up there, and that was the 101 yard kickoff return. That's correct.
You mean they'd put them on YouTube or something?
Yeah, that's the one I actually played.
Yeah,
I played
put it up on YouTube. There's 2 of my plays on YouTube, and only 2. And 2 different people I don't know. And like I said, I thank them, never got a reply. But that's how they got up there. And I really need to do something about that. I need to put some of my own up there.
You should.
On my account. Technology has moved forward. I think I can catch up at least,
We should do that for you.
But that was one of my best ones, and just happens to be up there.
Yeah, well, that's the one we played. Your Mississippi State one we have. Actually, that's from the YouTube we played on the show just now. So
that's right.
So that's great stuff, man.
So what do you do now? I mean, when you're a football player or any type of player and you play as much as you did, how do you stay competitive? You still have that in you, I'm sure. So what do you do now to stay competitive?
Well, my big hobby is basketball reffing, and it's kind of interesting because with me and two other refs, it's kind of our own little team, and we really kind of click together and have our own responsibilities, just like a football game. And so that's kind of what I do as my competitive fire and stuff. And I also play a lot of basketball until this last August when I dislocated my ankle playing basketball. But those are the two big things. My big one is refereeing high school basketball.
It's great, Derek. We really do appreciate you coming on. We got actually a hard break here, and we do. It's great to talk to you. Like I said, the fans really want to hear from you and see you.
Anytime, absolutely, guys. I enjoyed it immensely.
Tell Chris Bernard I said he's ugly.
I'll pass that along for you, Matt.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Have a good one, Derek.
Thank you.
You too.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Couldn't be a nicer guy. Wow. And couldn't have been more of a. I'm a Cards fan, but I'll be honest. When watching the Kentucky games at that time, there's nothing more exciting than somebody bringing one to the house. And when he was on the field, there was nothing more exciting than watching that.
Absolutely. I mean, any game like that, it's one of those moments that it doesn't happen very often. You want to watch it. It doesn't matter who you're a fan for.
No,
you want to. It's part of sports history.
I mean, that was electric. When he was on the field, in that era, it was just insane.
Just like Devin Hester.
See
the ball go back. They should just rename the rule the Derek Abney rule, where the extra 10 yards so nobody can kick it back, take the kickback. I mean,
well, might as well. I mean, he deserves it as much as anybody because he took over every game that I saw.
Sure. All right. Well, we're going to head out to a quick break here, but before we do that, we're actually going to give you a little Terrence Jones rap, if you know what I mean.
Worst rap and worst musical performance ever.
No, better than Luke Whitehead.
Hey, we're still on. We're just jamming right now.
This is so horrible.
Are we on? We're on?
We're just jamming right now.
This disgraces Derek.
See, this isn't even him right here. Skip to him. No.
A minute.
He's minute 10. Minute 10, I believe.
Coming up right now.
Minute 10.
It's like 1:30.
Maybe it's 1:30.
Just let it play through.
Right now, y'all about to get lucky. The real T. Jones about to teach you about Kentucky. Left or right?
John's dancing.
Left or right? Does he go right?
He does.
No, does he? Yeah, I haven't seen that. Pretty sure the scouting report is sports knowledge.
He did. Remember that dunking at South Carolina? He crossed the dude? Don't. That's because you're not a sports fan.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break here. Leading out with this, I just wanted to play that because I like it and everyone else thinks it's awful. We'll be right back with the Kentucky Sports.co radio show. Next time we're going to have, next segment is Trevor Kelsey, correct?
Yep, Bacon will be with us right when we get back from the break here. Get ready.
Do it.